welcome to our YouTube channel.
Good evening. It's very late for us tonight. We got busy with our new move-in guest here.
Yes, her name is Pia.
So Pia has kept me busy all day.
Yeah. So we are fine after the typhoon Ulysses, but it's so sad that part of Cagayan and Isabela right now is suffering from a massive flood. So most of the houses you can see only is the roof. So there are a lot of people there asking for help over the social media. They are posting help. They need a what did I told you earlier, Papa? The air.
So a boat support, or helicopter support.
Helicopter support for those really who are in the area that is flooded and they are already sleeping and they are already staying in the roof. So any one of you who want to give help for Philippines, you can send help.
You'll see they have a Philippine Red Cross here, and there's a lot of things. You can just click on. She shared a post earlier that had a bunch of websites, but you don't have to even look on our page below. There's just so many, because this storm did a lot more damage than anybody was anticipating. The flooding was immense. In Manila, the flooding was tremendous. And this other area I didn't even know about, I was having to ask her about it tonight because we have some friends that live up in that area, and I kept seeing posts from her. And so my whole thing is, I'm just saying, anything you can do and want to do to help these people out, please do, because this a lot of these people lost everything. I mean, their boats for fishing, their houses are completely underwater. They have no clothes.
And aside from that, most of the Filipino right now, because of pandemic, they lost their job.
Right.
Most of them is unemployed. And then how many typhoon? Three typhoon.
Three in a little over a week.
4 typhoon. Yeah.
We just wanted to put that in the beginning of this because we know a lot of people on both sides of the thing, but I know I have a lot of American friends that are on here seeing this, so just look on there, and if there's something you can do, that's a big help. But really, today's video is going to be kind of like a video for expats.
Yeah, it's not about typhoon.
No, this video is strictly about our new friend came and picked us up the other day to go shopping with them. And actually, they like 2 of the stores that we like. And they actually had told us about the first one, South Grocery.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. She did. I didn't know anything. I never heard of it. So what we're doing on this one here is for expats that are watching this and lives in this area, the Lipa.
Batangas area.
Also, what's your friend's area? Lynn's office?
Yeah,
Balete and all that area there. I would say anybody from Tanawan, even Santa Rosa, Santa Tomas, all the way to Lipa in Tambo area, because it's a good long drive for us, but it's worth it.
Yeah.
So we're going to discuss the 2 stores that for expats I think would be beneficial to know if you move it into this area. And one is South Grocery versus SNR.
Yeah, because that day we both go to the same store.
Right.
So we have this comparison between the 2 stores.
And like I said, the same thing, because this couple had invited us, we didn't video. Maybe the next time I'll talk to them and see if they're comfortable on video, but we're never going to invade somebody's privacy. So they were nice enough to call us up, and they have a car and say, hey, you want to go with us? So we didn't even think about it. We just said, sure, glad to get out of the house. You know, it was nice for them to offer us. And it wasn't even our time of the month to be buying stuff. It wasn't even our budget. So we didn't see everything. Now, G went back in the store with them while I was sitting up front after I purchased stuff. But it really gives you a good idea. You don't have to just be like us. We've been satisfied with Walmart right here.
Yeah, but there is still a lot of stuff that you can find at Walmart.
Right, and I get left out because there's just certain things that I want.
Especially for foreigners.
Yeah, for treat. So the first thing I'm going to tell you on comparison, and I think G agreed with me 100% on, the price at South is a lot better.
Yeah.
Even if you divide out, because understand SNR is like a Sam's Club, you know, so or Costco. So most of the stuff is in bulk. But they do also sell like small packs of chicken there and small packs of hot dogs and all this. You don't have to buy everything in bulk there. You can buy big bags of Lay's potato chips and, you know, other things. Like I said, we got some new chips that our friend had told us about. What I
Yeah.
liked about it came with 4 individual bags. You open up one, the other stayed fresh until you open them up. So that's really
Yeah.
nice. But so for me, if I'm going strictly on price, I'm gonna go on the south. Even though it's a little bit
South, yeah.
further for us, we have to go past S&R for us.
But it's still accessible. It's just one ride.
Right, right.
Just one ride.
And you get, for us, the jitney lets us off right across the street. We just walk across the street. And for me, there's a nice little treat there. And when you turn into the parking lot of South, there's a Krispy Kreme donut.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme donuts.
And actually, there's Yellow Cab Pizza too. There's Yellow Cab
Yeah.
Pizza, Krispy donut, and a BTO if we need to take money out of the account. The BTO, everything's right
Across
there
the
for us.
street, you can walk going to Army Navy as
And the
well.
Army Navy. It's all in that general area. If you know, if you live in the Lipa area, if you know where Army Navy is, you pretty much know where South Grocery is. Just across the street, and you'll find it. So I would say that the main number one for me, while we like South, was the price. Number 2, I'll give the selection
I will turn off.
overall to S&R, just on the size of the building. And then there's a lot of things at S&R that even if you use in bulk, that you're not going to find in South. And the bulk stuff, even in detergent, sometimes it is better to go ahead and buy bulk because detergent is something you use every weekend. So if you buy a big container of it and you use it for 16 weeks or whatever,
Yeah.
it probably does equal out to be cheaper to go ahead and get that than buy every Saturday. She has to go buy soap every weekend. It probably does. So there's
If you'll be in a monthly budget,
right,
you can buy it in bulk.
and that's what I told them. What
It's
we
like
will
tissue.
right,
Yeah.
everything. What we'll do once we get on my Social Security the first of the month. Because like I told you on some of my prior videos, when we go to Walmart, we're on like 1,000 peso budget. Then we go, that's $20, and we're just getting essentials of chicken, bread, blah blah blah. But once we get on that, then we'll go there, and it'll be more of a first of the month, 5 to 10,000 pesos to get bigger bags of flour, bigger bags of rice, and whatever. The crate of eggs, 30. Cause we go through a lot of eggs. Between our potato salad and tuna salad, and we eat 3 eggs every morning for our breakfast or brunch, whatever you'll call it. So that's what it'll come in handy of. But for right now, it's still worth it for me for that one-time trip down there if you want to get some American food. Like I got Thanksgiving coming up, and at S&R we found cranberry sauce. And I said, whether I have turkey or not, I'm going to have me some cranberry sauce with my roasted chicken or bird, whatever I decide to do. But just, I wanted a little bit of taste of home. And for all the expats coming here, you will go through those moments. You will go, I've been posting a lot of stuff online of the old days, in the 60s and the 70s, Christmas pictures of what America was like back then. It was simple and innocent, a lot different than it is now. So just understand that when you dealing with S&R, mostly bulk, but there's a lot of stuff you're not going to find. I know this guy's house we went to, he had the really good mesquite chocolate that he got from S&R. I doubt it would have been at South, They may even have a little better selection of cheese, but it's the big block cheese. And sometimes it's over 1,000 pesos. Well, we're never going to do that. But when you
In the
go to the
South.
South, you can buy just a little square one, and they sell California brand cheese, sharp cheddar and Kobe, pepper jack, which is my favorite. All right. So basically, if I had to tilt, I'm gonna give the selection to S&R, but you won't be disappointed in South. Now I'm gonna get into why I like South. Before S&R won on American food, now in South. The whole reason I got a membership for S&R was because of their selection of American food. I could get my Hormel chili and other things at S&R,
Yeah.
but they stopped selling it. I mean, like the salami, the Bar S brand
We've
salami.
been there several times.
Well,
They're
since
not
we
there.
got it back, since I've been back here and we renewed our membership, they've
Yeah.
never had this good selection. No salami, no bologna, no sausage of any kind that's American. And I even tried one of the ones they recommended, and I couldn't eat it. I mean, it was just horrible. So
South, you don't need a membership. You
right,
can
right,
go
just
in
walk
and
in the
out.
door.
Yeah.
So just really when you get into it, I'm going to give you some examples of what we found at South. not only did they have my Johnsonville sausage, which I love, they had 3 flavors. They had variety. They had a cheese one, they had a garlic one, and then they had, I just want the smoked one to put in my red beans and in my sausage and stuff. Hold on 1 minute. That was a timeout. Pia, I'm hoping it's a good sign. Normally if she whines or cries a good bit, even though she's a baby, she'll go potty outside. So I'm just hoping what she's wanting to do. She was crying and I didn't want to overlap it on the video. I'm trying to teach her that when she wants out, cry and we'll let her out. But what I want to do is get back into the selection. I found just briefly, they have really good choices of steaks in South. You can choose Australian steaks, they have American steaks, and then they have local. It's your choice, whatever your taste buds you've developed. For me, I want an American steak, And they have, really nice selection of ribeyes, T-bones, sirloin. Most people know what I say when I say a cowboy steak that you can cook up. So I was very, very impressed with the nice selection and in a nice price range. You can get a really nice ribeye, American ribeye, for under $10. How you can't do that in America.
Sizes.
Right.
You can choose if you want a big.
Right. You pick what weight you want. The cowboy steaks were really nice. They were really thick looking steaks.
And they have also a variety of fishes.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and see, like most S&R, both of them have the typical. They do the big tuna, the big salmon. Yeah, that big salmon, you might have to sell your car to buy that one. They have the salmon steaks and stuff like that. But South took it to another level. Under their frozen fish, which is really nice. We got the cream dory that we like. That's actually what we had for dinner tonight. But they also have shellfish. And something I showed her, I would never thought, they had grouper. And it was really pretty. 2 pieces of grouper in this one pack. It was really clean and pretty. They had marlin. I was really impressed with South's selection of fish. It was a whole side, and you name it, they had it. All the different, the blue marlin really surprised me when I saw the blue marlin there. The shellfish and some of the others they had. But we were able to get 3 really big. I only cooked 2 because she only eats 1 piece of fish. I ate about 3 big pieces of fish, but I still have one in the freezer, and it was only 100 pesos, $2, and we still have one later on to cook if we want to make a fish soup or whatever. Well, put it on a salad. I like a blackened fish on a salad, So that part of there was really nice. That on the other side where the sausages were, I'd given up on getting my Johnsonville sausage until I got back into Manila somehow. And I don't even know if they have it there anymore. I'm sure everything's supply and demand is whether...
Before we go to Manila weekly to buy the...
Ruston was the best one for us.
Imported products, yeah.
Right. But these steaks look good. Like I said, S&R has steaks too, but you're going to pay for them. They're very, very pricey. Even the little Australian one that we looked at is more expensive than the ones from the U.S. and South. So for an expat that's just craving a good strip, T-bone, New York strip, or a ribeye, my suggestion is go to South. Because you're going to have a better selection. The last time we went, it was some in there, wasn't as good. The whole right side of the cooler was American steaks. I had tons of cheese, but some of them I didn't even know about. They even have some Delmonico steaks and all these others. They have flank steaks. If you want to make you a nice Philly steak sandwich, they have some nice flank steaks there that you can cut in strips and make you some quesadillas or a nice Philly steak sandwich. And then the stuff that I thought you could only get at S&R, the Tostito chips and dip and all that, it's all there at South also. So if you don't want to go to both, you're not giving anything up by going to South, other than bulk, But all the other stuff, the only thing I couldn't find at South was the chili, the Hormel chili that I could find at S&R. One thing I will tell you that was really nice to find in the frozen section, brought back a lot of memories. Blackberries, beautiful big blackberries. Yeah, and I was telling her.
Last time we bought a strawberry.
Strawberries, yeah. They had, and she even had the big peach halves. If you like, just have some nice. My dad's favorite thing was to take either fruit cocktail or he'd get some peach halves and put some cottage cheese on there, and that made his day. And they had some beautiful peach halves. So a lot of things that you can find there at South is really impressive. And like I said, I love being able to find my pepper jack cheese because I put that on everything. When I make a hamburger, I much prefer pepper jack cheese on my hamburger. I put it on my stuffed potatoes.
Last time you bought it at SNR.
Mm-hmm. Right, and it was very expensive. That's why I said here it was only like 100 and something pesos, and then we paid over 200 and something pesos at SNR. One of the things for both things, the same. Credit cards, easy, no problems. Checkout. I would think like when you're going to get a piece of pizza or something at SNR, a company that big is really kind of strange. If you go order the piece of pizza and they walk you all the way down to the one side and they run your credit card, and you have to go back to the terminal where you're at, and they get the receipt from there, and then you have to go back to where you pick up your pizza and sign it. I don't know. It is 2020, right? 2020, but I don't know why. But the good thing, I went go through the senior citizen line at South and Instant, all these companies I've seen that have no problem with their credit card, they have the BDO terminal. And when I look down and see the BDO terminal, I'm pretty comfortable it's going to be a no pain process, few seconds. One other thing I will tell you that really impressed me, the local alcohol, like rum and stuff like that, I found there at South. I mean, you can get a small bottle of rum for 40 pesos. That's less than $1. So they had some more. I didn't really go a lot into there, but she went and saw the rest of the store because I had just a little bit of money. I wanted a couple of things. And
at the South, you can have, it's the same as SNR, but you can buy cheaper in the South. There's native bags, there are clothes, there are a few furnitures, and kitchenwares. It's like SNR, but it's cheaper.
Yeah, and one of the biggest convenience for me is, I can be patient on some days and not patient on the other. One thing about South, every time we've gone, no wait. You get out of your vehicle, you walk straight in the door. It's 2 seconds and you're in. And they have a lot of stuff like the S&M, like they have little nightstands and stuff if you just want to browse around. They have a little food court in the front if you want to get some French fries
snacks.
and some pizza or whatever they have. That's not going to be as good as pizza at the S&R. That was very good.
Yeah.
But if you just want to snack, and it's very cheap, 20, 30. They actually have a little small bakery there where you can get some treats and stuff there. But that's, to me, is the big tipping point. Because there's sometimes, we were with her friend Carol a while back.
Yeah.
And we were going to SNR. They were doing it as a favor to me. They knew I was craving pizza, so her friend Ronald was going to stop at SNR just so I could get me some pizza before we went. The line was so long, wrapped around the building and down past the parking lot. No, there's no pizza or anything worth that wait.
The thing is, you already paid the cashier. They already check your receipt.
Another line.
Upon going out, you still have another line for the checker to check everything again.
And you got to remember, some people go to SNR, they're buying for their stores. They're buying for their sorry stores or their other stores. So they may have 3 or 4 baskets. Now, at Sam's in America, they checked you, but they would do what we would say in English, a spot check. They didn't go in. But here, I don't know if they're browbeating these poor people and they're scared. But, I mean...
You cannot go back. As long as you exit on the cashier, you cannot go back.
Right. But I'm up at the girl checking you out with the receipt.
Yeah,
I mean, she can take, or he, I don't mean to discriminate, it's one of them, whoever you get, they can literally take longer to check you at the door to walk outside than it took you to check out through the register. And see, like the other day, they didn't have no senior citizen lines, which I don't understand at all. That to me was almost unforgivable. They didn't have, so the lines at S&R were like when you went to Sam's during the holidays in America, the lines were back way down the aisle and all this kind of stuff. So there was a lot of things about our trip the other day that enlightened me that, unless it's just something in particular, like if I want that charcoal, I'll go to S&R. If I just want a good slice of pizza, I'll go to S&R. One of the things that S&R has on, and this is really for me, because I didn't really discuss this with her. My son sends me a box every once in a while. And we're waiting on a box now. This September 26th, when my son got married. We're not going to get it probably after December the 26th. So October, it's over 3 months. And the cost of that box and the shipping really figures into it. So I won't ever ask him to do that again. If he feels a need that he wants to help me with something, or a holiday, or my dad's birthday, or a Father's Day, or something, that's when you use S&R. Because some of the stuff he's sending me, like I have a certain shampoo we get at Walmart, well, they have it there at S&R, because Walmart is part of like S&R is sort of like Sam's Club. You know, they have a lot of the same thing. The Walmart brand of Italian dressing and ranch dressing and all that stuff. I used to a mark. I can't think of it right now, but they're a brand. So they have a lot of that stuff there. You know, so instead of asking for a box or help from now on, the money that he will save from not having to ship something to me, it's okay to pay the inflated price. Because like if you go there and just look around, don't go in there with that day that you have to have something. Go in there and take advantage, because S&R here is like in America. They have certain items, like when we got our cheese sauce a few weeks ago, it was a buy one get one. And same way on the shampoo that my son's sending me. I saw it yesterday. I was telling him, I said, it's a shame to ask my son to send me this, because they got it here today, buy one get one. So that immediately puts the price back in line. When you find stuff that's buy one get one,
you just need to find the promos.
Right, you get right back in line. You know, so really, my feelings is right now is if you don't want to deal with the lines, if you don't want to deal with the aggravation, you know, go to South. Is my opinion. You know, I'm not being paid by South, and I'm not being paid by S&R.
Having a membership of S&R costs $700.
Right, and they passed a rule which is really unfair, and they shouldn't have been allowed to do it, saying that she could only go in by herself unless I would got another
Extension
membership. Which,
because of this pandemic,
but that's still against their own rules.
It
their
should
rules,
be at least couple.
their rule says if you have a membership, you can bring a guest. But then, of course, remember what this pandemic's about. It's an incentive for people to make money off of many things, you know. And I'm not going to get into a long political tirade about that. But if you want to reduce the aggravation factor, South. You go there, you got lots of choices, lots of American food, and you're going to see stuff that you didn't know you wanted. You didn't know you wanted those blackberries until you saw them. And, you know, you remembered biscuits with blackberries. So just remember that thing. When you go to South, price-wise, you can load your basket up with a lot more stuff, and you'll have no wait. When you check out of South, the door's right there. You step out the door in your car and you go home. You know, there's actually people even to help you carry boxes out if you have a heavy box or whatever. S&R, the aggravation factor is pretty high. You know, so
Lines.
Just aggravation. There's a lot of stuff that can be really aggravating about them. About the prices and stuff like that. It's not what is posted. And that's true with most of the stores here. Everything she goes, Papa, this only costs us, but no. Go check and see. All right, well, it's time to wrap this up because my leg's getting sore down here where she's trying to remind me that we're trying to keep this as a short video. So I just wanted to give y'all a brief update, and hopefully y'all praying for all the people here. They really took a hard pounding on this last storm that was supposed to be the weakest one of all. It seems to have done quite a bit more damage.
It's stronger.
Yeah, a lot of dams.
There's a lot of water.
A lot of problems with the dams, rivers overflowing. Lots of rivers here have overflown. People that grew up in Dillon Springs, they know what these people are going through. The same thing we've gone through, and y'all just went through a few years back with 3 and 4 feet of water. But the water here, and I'm sure the same in Dillon, is all mud. So just keep all these people in your prayers. They already suffer enough on a day in and day out basis. And to add this much more misery to their lives during a pandemic is just not a good thing. But we're going to wrap it up from here. Hopefully everybody's staying safe. Hopefully the storm season's over now. We can have a little peace and quiet. 'Cause we had a lot of sunshine the last 2 days.
There's still more 4 to 5 typhoon coming
Well,
before the end of the year. Hopefully we will not get that. If ever we will have that, hopefully it will be less rain or
just less activity in the tropics.
Hope you like our video tonight, and don't forget to watch this video, especially for expats, to compare all, so you will know all the prices. Please share and subscribe. For those who don't subscribe yet, please do so. We need more subscriber, and please
Ring the bell.
ring the bell.
Have a good night, everybody.
Have a good night, everybody, and be safe. God bless.
Bless.
Mwah.